Hi everyone, how are you doing today? Are you having a stressful time? Well, I sure am. So I wanted to share something with you. I'll probably be doing a relaxation video sometime within the next week or so. No promises exactly when. But I wanted to read something to you. I was looking through my stuff because I used to teach stress management. I was looking for my briefcase that has all kinds of fun things to learn how to deal with your stress and anxiety. But I didn't find it, but I came across something that says, and this will be in my shorts if you want to watch that short video. It will be on between 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. Eastern Time, or 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm not sure what time I'll put the short one up. It's a little kind of thing. You'll see. But look at that one and like it and subscribe and tell me what you think. This is going into more detail. I would have usually put that one up first, like the short yesterday, but with the heat and all, we're doing the best we can over here. My son and I are not feeling very good, so just doing the best I can. But I wanted to read something to you that I came across. It says, anxiety is something you experience, not suffer from. And first of all, as I pondered that statement, it made sense to me. Once again, anxiety is something you experience, not suffer from. But then me, being the thinker that I am, and think and worry and wonder, and I'm a very deep person, and I started thinking, anxiety is something you experience, not suffer from. No. So I changed that statement to, stress is something you experience. Anxiety is something... let's try it again. Take 2. Stress? No. Take 3. I'm not doing this over again. Sorry. See? I can't edit on this phone, so you get to see the real raw thing. Let's take it from the top. I changed the sentence to, stress is something you experience. Anxiety is something caused by mishandled stress. And I wanted your thoughts on that. So again, the first sentence was, anxiety is something you experience, not suffer from. Then I changed it to, stress is something you experience. We all have stress, don't we? Anxiety is something... I don't have a light to read, so I'm having a hard time reading here. Anxiety is something caused by mishandled stress. So, you have stress. We all have stress. Different types of stress. Good stress, bad stress. Believe it or not, winning the lottery, winning a lot of money can cause stress, and it does. And you've seen the stories where people win a lot of money and a year later they're bankrupt. But the stress or stressor would be winning the lottery. Well, I think no matter how much stress it caused me, it would put a smile on my face. But anyhow, stressor could be, a lot of people are afraid of snakes and spiders, and I don't like insects and deer and thunder and lightning and rain and weather and all kinds of things. So that would be the stressor. So it depends how you react to the stress or the stressor. I prefer to call it the stressor, even though I wrote the sentence the way I did. And I would like your thoughts on how I changed the sentence. Or which one? Do you think the first one is the way you feel, or the second one? Or could you rewrite the sentence in a different way? So if you have a stressor, or something that causes you stress, you could look at it one of 2 ways. And if you've been around, I talk a lot about there's always 2 choices in everything in life. At least that's what I found it to be. Or there's 2 paths you could take, the right one or the wrong one. But you don't know which one it is. But the key to it is, like when I gave examples about raising my children, I tell them there's one choice that's right and one that's wrong. And you may not know. You may think it's right and it might not be right. But the thing is, once you make that choice, you don't look back at the other choice. You know, like say a child's in a toy store and they save their money. So they want to buy a toy. And you know, kids don't understand money a lot. I started real early with my kids so they could learn about money in case ever they fall upon bad times. Probably because I lived in poverty and I know it can happen. I want to teach my children. But anyhow, the hardest part for kids is learning once they give up that money to buy that toy, they don't have the money again. So if you have kids, I'm sure you've experienced that unless you just buy your kids toys and, you know, nothing wrong. I'm not judging. I'm just saying some parents just buy them. My kids had to earn their money, and they would earn, you know, they'd get allowance and stuff like that. But anyhow, once you got rid of that money, some kids think, oh, yeah, I'm going to get this. Say they're at the checkout. Let's say something they found in the grocery store, a little stuffed animal or a little car, or whatever. And they go to checkout and they see a candy bar. And say they paid for their little truck or toy, and then they want the candy bar. And they don't understand that they spent the money. It is now gone. So I really instilled this in my children's heads. Because if, God forbid, bad times came, because like I said, from my background, I lived through bad times, and I wish someone would have prepared me for that. So the same thing, I never related, correlated, or made an analogy of it until now, as I'm just talking to you right off the cuff, that goes for life too. So if you have a stress, a stressor, whatever you want to call it, something that stresses you out in life, you can either... Well, hold that thought before I forget. I wanted to say something. I'm probably going to screw it up. It's something I read somewhere too. It says, worrying is like either rocking in a rocking chair. Do you know the answer? I'm not going to give you the answer today. I was going to. Worrying is like rocking in a rocking chair. If you know the answer, without looking up, no cheating, no Googling it, tell me what you think, because it kind of goes with what I'm going to say. And then, you know, after, hopefully more than one person will answer, and then I'll give you the answer. So, no cheating. But anyhow, when you have a stressful situation, let's think of something, I'm trying to think, for example, I stress about a lot. So I'm thinking about, the future. We can use my fridge as an example. The freezer went months and months ago. I don't even know. Maybe it was at winter. I don't know. It seems like it was this year, though. But anyhow, so the freezer went. I have a side-by-side fridge. And those people who've been around know my son's father abandoned us, and, I text him, or tried, and, I text him about, our son and whatever, and he ignores us, totally ignores us, and, I'm in a different situation now. Financially, sadly, it's not the same. So I would not expect the freezer part of the fridge to go, the microwave to go, the washer and dryer, the fan, the air conditioner, everything. But let's just stick to one topic, because I'm just getting stressed thinking about everything. But so the freezer went, and how it went, the fridge started, I call it peeing, but it's leaking, okay? But I didn't know what was happening, so I was trying to look. I looked it up on YouTube and all that, and, and I thought I could fix it, but, I went as far as I could, and then you'd have to have someone fix it. Basically, they said it's going to be so much money, it would be cheaper to get a new fridge. Well, that would be great if I was in a different situation. So what would follow would be the fridge part would be peeing or leaking. And it's happening. It stopped for a while, and I thought, okay. So I, of course, if you got to know me, I worry, and that's bad. So I'm a good example of bad. Bad when it comes to worrying. So I'm worrying about the fridge breaking down. And that would be bad. Can you imagine? I have a bad car that's unreliable. Everything else is breaking down, but why did everything have to happen now? Well, I could just ruminate and keep thinking about all these things, but, I did, and it just made me nauseous. I get stress, nausea, and everything. So I tried, it's hard, and, I may speak about things on here, but it doesn't mean I'm obsessing over it. I'm just, I bring it up because it's in my head, obviously, but I try not to, I told people about you could put a rubber band on your wrist, and if you start thinking about something that worries you, you snap it so it kind of snaps you out of it. But anyhow, so I have this fridge, and I'm trying to figure a way. How can I get enough money out of this new very low budget I have to live with, which prices went up, everything goes up, food prices are going up again, price of eggs are so expensive again. Well, not that expensive, but they went from $1.29 to $1.99. My area was reassessed for the houses, which is awful, and I didn't know anything about a meeting or anything to object, but anyhow, you got to be rich and have a lawyer and all that to win, so I wouldn't win. So, of course, I'm afraid what's going to happen there and all that, but, there's just all that crap. Let's stick to the fridge. So, my hope was that by the fall, because you never know when the white stuff's going to come here, which I can't wait, because there won't be heat, coming in the house, burning us up. But, so at first I was very stressed, and every time worrying that every time it leaked, is this the last time? Well, I could continue that, and I was at the beginning, and I would get bad headaches, which actually I have a headache right now, because it is from the smoke. That's another example, the smoke from Canada and the hot weather. But anyhow, so at the beginning I was so worried because, a freezer you can kind of live without, but you can't. I mean, there's so many deals now, deals compared to, that's all relevant, but deals in like fresh fruit and vegetables, which I could get, and prepare and put them in the freezer, and then we'd be set all winter. I wouldn't have to worry, but I can't do it. So I'm not worrying about the fruits and vegetables that are on sale that I could freeze and have for the whole winter, and I wouldn't have to worry because there's nothing I can do. And like I said, I really worried myself about the fridge, and I'm just now, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do. I have to figure a way, and if I can't, I can't. The fridge goes, it goes. I don't know what we're going to do, but you know what? Worrying about it right now is wasting precious time. It really is. Because I could worry about the fridge, and, I mean, I couldn't even afford to fill up the fridge right now with the way prices are, but, I worry even when I, put an order in, or if we're able to, if we're getting medicine, I try to get some groceries if we have a chance, but in this hot weather, it's very hard to even risk my car. If it breaks down, it could be very dangerous for me. So, I could just wrap my brain about, oh, gee, should I buy this or just one of this, or, something's on sale, which is very rare. Should I get 2 or 3 because it's on sale and you save in the long run, but what if the fridge goes and the fridge goes and all the food goes and the money I waste? You see where I'm going at? Or I can just live life and know, obviously, I know the fridge is not going to last. And I could just every day just go with whatever and not think about the fridge. And kind of you push it to your unconscious mind. So it's the way you react to a stressor. Is if you do or don't have the anxiety or stress, they're probably interchangeable. But either way, stress, anxiety causes all kinds of things, as I mentioned. Headaches, for me, nausea, my neck hurts, IBS acts up. My heating gets even worse where my body's burning. It burns more. I just told people I have anhydrosis. Nobody knows why, so they can't help me. I don't sweat. It will be 2 years in August. My body stopped sweating. So, I have all kinds of things I could worry myself to. I wouldn't, well, I do say I just exist and I'm not living, but that's because of circumstances of his father leaving. Financial situation different. My son got sick again. He got sick in March, not again. In March, he was very sick. He had to go to the hospital, which had more things, more medicines, on and on. It just goes on and on. And you just got to decide when you have things, especially when everything, one after another, you just got to get to the point where you'll hear me saying, oh, Jesus, Father got into the video. I'm trying to leave him out of it because, it seems like anytime I talk, of course, his father has the means. He could go get us a fridge right now. Yesterday, he could buy us a fridge and even a freezer in the basement, but he won't do it. So I try real hard. If he comes in, I say something, I say, oh gosh, he made it into the videos, but I'm really working hard on that. Because it stresses me out more, because I could sit here thinking, looking at the fridge, watching it leak, and think, wow, his father could help his son. But he probably will think, well, she's going to drink her milk, and I don't want her to have milk. Obviously, he doesn't realize he's hurting his own child. But, I really have to work hard, and it is hard to work on this, but I'll tell you, you feel much better. And I finally got to a point, like I say, I don't text him because there's no point. Like, my son got feeling worse, and right away he said, let's text Dad in case I have to go to the hospital. And I'm like, no, because he's not going to answer. I said, if you want me to, I will, but, why do you want it? And he said, because then he could bring us. Well, he won't. So I didn't. He's been feeling worse. I did text him just to know, what's going on, or when he has an episode or whatever. But that's it. He doesn't reply back. So I decided there's no point, because what is the point of doing that? All it does is I'm sitting on the toilet all day with my IBS attacking me. So I could choose to keep texting him, ask why he's not answering back, why doesn't he care about his son, why did he shut his son's phone off. The only reason I'm talking about it in the video is to make a point of stress. You see what I'm saying? It can snowball from one thing about the fridge and the freezer went, the fridge is going to go. Our son, well, I do too, we both need the fridge. And then, my son will get sick. Obviously, he'll get more sick if he can't have food that has to be refrigerated, which he has stuff that has to go in the fridge, his medical stuff, on and on and on. It can snowball. And I'm sure you all know that. Or you can just put it away, put it on a shelf, put it for when the time comes. And it's very hard, and I will admit, it's very hard for me, especially when you have things coming right at you all the time. So I work really hard on this. And I do a lot of meditation and relaxation stuff, and I've been doing it with my son, and I do it on here too. If anyone's interested, let me know, and I'll do another video on that. But anyhow, so if you have something you're stressing about, just remember there's two choices. You could either worry yourself about something, well, you probably ought to go out and get a fridge, but let's say there's something you can't fix, or it's not happening right now. So you either could just continuously worry about it, and maybe you're lucky and you don't suffer from stress symptoms. There are people that are just totally calm as a cucumber. Or you could just stress and worry about something that hasn't happened yet, even though well, in my case, I know the fridge is going to go. But you may have something where you're not even sure it's going to happen. Like, I don't know, example. You can maybe tell me example of something like that. Or you can just okay, it's going to happen. There's nothing I can do about it, and that's it. Just go on with what I'm doing. And it really makes a difference. But it is a job. So, if you remember, if not, go back to the beginning of the video. And I hope people do it. I'd be interested. The two sentences. The first one that I saw I had written down. And then I thought, yeah, that makes sense. But then I changed it. So, the first question would be, do you think the first sentence was right? Would you leave it the same? Or do you think the way I changed it is right? Or I guess there's a third one. Would you change it differently? What are your thoughts? And I'm really interested in this. I have a lot of interest in stress, anxiety, and meditation, all that kind of stuff. So, I hope you respond on this subject, not on other things. I would appreciate if people would just, talk about what's in the video, not something random, and please not things that would upset me, because life is really tough right now with my son and I not feeling well. But anyhow, I just thought I'd do this, so let me know if you think the first one's right, the second one, or if you have a different way. And there's really not a right or wrong answer. There's no 100% or anything. It's just your own thoughts. These are my thoughts. I changed a sentence to what I thought. I explained how I thought it. So if you can think of an example about something that may be a worry, like something comes up and you can, something that, I don't know, maybe you're working a job and you're thinking about retirement or when you're going to retire. You know what I mean? Something like that. Something in the future. So let me know. So two things, if you can do it. Give an example of something that you could, you don't know the outcome, and you could worry now or wait till it happens. And then about the sentences, how I changed them. Would you change it? You know what I mean. But for now, don't forget to watch my shorts. Like I say, between 11 a.m. and 12 noon Eastern Time is one short, and other one's between 5 and 6 p.m. So don't forget to share our videos, like, subscribe. If you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Subscribe. I see people on here aren't subscribed. It doesn't cost anything. It's free. Just subscribe. We're trying to reach 1,000 subs, and it's very hard. This is a very hard job. It's almost harder than giving birth, believe it or not. No, I'm just kidding. But anyhow, so subscribe, share our channel. If you subscribe, and if you like and you comment, it puts our videos up higher, and then they put out to more people, and that will help, because maybe someone has this anhydrosis and they'll be say, hey, I got it, and this is the doctor I went to, and this is the doctor that found why, and so on and so forth. But just to share our channel, because I like to share with people. I like to share what knowledge I have. I like to hear other people's knowledge. So share, be kind to people. You don't know what they're going through. Be the reason someone smiles today, and I hope you made it to the end. Of course, it's went a little long again, and sorry about that, but it is what it is. So for now, thanks for watching. Don't forget to share, and let me know. I really hope people comment on this, because this is a very interesting topic to me. It might not be to you. I won't get my feelings hurt. It doesn't bother me, but it interests me, so I hope people will get involved and we can get a conversation going. So for now, thanks for watching. Bye.